Hare Krishna. So welcome you all for Brahma-saṁhitā seminar. We are discussing Shloka 2, part 2, and we'll be touching today Shloka 3 also, maybe completing also Krishna willing. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivikāsa Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, we were talking yesterday about the second shloka which describes the spiritual abode of the Lord. We were talking about Sahasra Patra Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahat Padam Tad Karnikaram Tad Dhama Tad Anantamsha Sambhavam. So we were discussing how beautiful is Lord Krishna's abode, made of spiritual, manifested from the spiritual elements from Chintamani in the shape of the lotus, and it's called Goloka, the highest, the topmost planet in the spiritual realm. And then we were going through the purport, and we got this information that Goloka in the spiritual world exists also within material world. Within material realm, this Goloka exists, manifested, with called Vrindavan or Gokul, the same spiritual abode of the Lord, same the spiritual dham of the Lord is manifested within material world, and is not material. It's fully spiritual, fully in his splendor, fully his unlimited capacity in his opulence. Nothing, no disturbance, no material influence over it. So we were talking about this, we were hearing the Acharya's commentaries and everything. And then we stop at one particular point. I think this is the, we are going to the purport, which is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's translation of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's purports, based on Srila Jiva Goswami's purports. Okay. So we were discussing how the spiritual abode is manifestation of three pada vibhuti of the spiritual realm, and ekapada vibhuti is material realm. So we were talking about this, how can unlimited be fit into the, how can tripada vibhuti fit into ekapada vibhuti, all these things we were discussing by the Achintya Shakti, by the Lord. Now where we stopped yesterday is here. We can see Gokul from Goloka, which is eternal. This is also a mystery. Apart from being mystery, how can the spiritual world be manifested within material world? Is interested that from Gokul, we can see Gokul from Goloka. When you are in Goloka, in the spiritual world, okay? When we are in the spiritual world, from Goloka, we can see Gokul manifested down. And also saying goes opposite. From Gokul, you can see Goloka also. Now this is very interesting. It's a mystery. Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said, this is also a mystery. We'll be discussing in a moment why is this mystery. When Srila Prabhupada gave instruction to build Temple of Vedic Planetarium in Mayapur, he said that on altar should be Radha, Krishna and 8 gopis. And he said that you should make planetarium exposition in such a way that people can see everything from the ground, from the Bhu Mandala, from the earth. And they can go by escalator around, and they can go slowly from Bhur, Bhuva, Swa to Swarga Loka, then they can go to Mahar Loka, Jana Loka, Tapa Loka, and Satya Loka. And then From Brahmaloka, they can cross coverings of the universe, see the Pradhana, see the Viraja river, Karna ocean, and they can go further Brahmajyoti and go up into Vaikuntha planets. And on the top of all Vaikuntha planets, Goloka. And Prabhupada say like this, then when they come up, they should see Radha, Madhava, and 8 gopis. They should see same thing what is down. They should see that this is the ultimate. So down is manifested in Mathura world, Radha, Krishna and gopis in Gokul, Vrindavan, and up is, so Prabhupada said they should see the same thing. They should not see something else. That's the ultimate. And it came down out of his causeless mercy. It came down and manifested within Mathura world. So they can, conditioned soul can be blessed basically, can be attracted to Krishna. So now this discussion is a little bigger than it appears. And this we can see Gokul from Goloka and vice versa. We are at present moment, most of us are not able to see much when we come to Vrindavan. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains this. I'll just give a little bit of quote. Okay, here, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says, in reality, there is no distinction between Goloka and Raja Vrindavan. Means no distinction between spiritual Vaikuntha planet called Goloka or Krishna Loka and Raja Vrindavan and Vrindavan that we are going for yatras. It is merely the perception of the viewer that creates differences. Persons steeped in Tamagun see everything in Raja as material objects, whereas persons conducted primarily by Rajagun see with a slightly more elevated and auspicious material consciousness. Finally, a person advancing in Sattvagun can increasingly view in Shuddha Sattva. Thus, everyone views the Dhamma according to their own level of eligibility, and consequently, what they see is different. So, here Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this, that we are covered by Maya. We are not seeing exactly the Dham. We are not seeing the splendor, the beauty of Vrindavan. And that is a fact for us. But it's not that it's impossible to see, and it is not the fact that nobody sees. Actually, we can see, the devotees can see. So which devotees? Devotees who come on the higher platform of bhakti. We know that there are different stages when you practice bhakti. Adau Shraddha, first there is a faith. Adau Shraddha, some inquisitiveness, some desire, some respect for devotees. Little bit of faith. Oh, let me see what these people are doing. Adau Shraddha, Tad Satsanga. Then we desire association of devotees. We say, oh, it's good to go there, it's good for me, good to learn, they're good people, let me associate with them. Srila Prabhupada said, we invite everyone, come and live with us. If you stay with us, you spend time with us, you will become like us, or you will develop desire to become like us. So this is all movement, all temples of Hare Krishna movement are actually meant to give association to the conditioned soul so they can also become devotees. Adau Shraddha Tad Satsanga Tad Bhajana Kriya. Then we engage in devotional service under guidance of Guru. Bhajana Kriya, we engage in the service, we chant, we follow the principles, we are getting purified. Tad Anartha Nivriti. Then all unwanted things slowly will be cleansed from our hearts. And then we become steady, Nishtha. Nishtha means that we are fixed in our vows, we are fixed in our routine of engagement of body, mind and words in Krishna service. Tada Ruchi. Then there is a attraction to the service. There is attraction to the topics of Krishna. There is attraction of chanting and hearing like that. Then comes a very high level of Sakti. Sakti means attachment to Krishna's form, to Krishna's pastimes, to places of Krishna's leelas, holy places like that. It's a very high. This is very, very high level. And then comes the beginning of prema, the first ray of the sun, the bhav. And then comes the prema, the ultimate goal. And there are further stages of prema, means more condensed and more condensed. So where we are, we are simple fellows, we are in bhajana kriya. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur calls it Anishta Bhajana Kriya, unsteady devotion service. One day we are enthusiastic, one day we are not enthusiastic, like that. But we are trying to be in association of devotees and do follow what our Guru Maharaj told us, what Srila Prabhupada told us, and slowly, slowly be getting purified. So now, devotees on the stage of the bhav, beginning of love of God, there, this stage, when chanting of holy name, that sadhana, Vaidhi Bhakti matures and gives phalam, that first ray of the love of God, bhav, manifest, then they come to the platform of Swarupa Siddhi. And actually, they can see in the stage of Swarupa Siddhi, Goloka is seen in Gokul. When they come in Vrindavan, they can see actually Goloka. So Goloka is seen in Gokul on that stage. Okay. So this is the moment when soul actually have realized that I'm not this body, I'm spirit, soul, I'm servant of Krishna. Person is fully aware about material world. Person is fully aware of the activities of Maya and coverings of consciousness and what is the goal, and he's aware. But there is slight, still maybe some little bit of contamination, very subtle one. Maybe some subtle attachment or something. And that can then will be, all the impurities will be removed by the mercy of Krishna. Okay. And then person further progresses to this level of Vastu Siddhi. And Vastu Siddhi is the mercy that actually he takes birth as an associate of Krishna. So this is the how person then comes to the level of Vastu Siddhi, where from Goloka see Gokul. So I know it's a little bit above our head, but still we are discussing here the higher levels philosophically. We are not talking some esoteric Radha Krishna Leelas or something, but we know on the higher level, actually the pure souls, they can see Vrindavan. Actually, they can see the splendor, beauty of Vrindavan as it is. And this was related, okay, let me read something that people should not think, oh, this, what is this, Swarupa Siddhi, Swarupa Vastu Siddhi, Gokul is reading some other books than Prabhupada's books and this and that, and the kind of, hold on, everything is in Prabhupada's books. So here, Srila Prabhupada's quotes this in the in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. Srila Prabhupada quotes Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur considers the Brahma Bhuta stage in two divisions. Brahma Bhuta stage means he's already liberated soul. Brahma Bhuta prasanatma na shochati na kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim lavate param. Then bhakti is manifested when you are out of bodily concept of life. All right. So here, this is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Swarupa Gata or Swarupa Siddhi is the same thing. And Vastu Gata. One who has understood Krishna in truth, but is still maintaining some material connection, is known to be situated in his Swarupa, his original consciousness. When that original consciousness is completely spiritual, it is called Krishna consciousness. One who lives in such consciousness is actually living in Vrindavan. He may live anywhere. Material location doesn't matter. When by the grace of Krishna one thus advances, he becomes completely uncontaminated by the material body and mind, and at that time, factually, lives in Vrindavan. This stage is called Vastugata. Okay, so at the first stage, the Swarupagata, person can see. And in the second stage, Vastugata, actually person participates in the pastimes. Actually, he can come to that level. So here, yesterday somebody asked the questions. the question that where the devotees goes in time of death. Do we go first to Prakata Lila, which is Krishna's Lila manifested within material world, or we go to Goloka in the spiritual directly? Okay, so yesterday I didn't want to answer because there is this background information important. Now, when a person who is in this Swarupa Siddha or Swarupa Gatha, he has a little bit of this contamination, a little bit of attachment, although this is very, very high level already. He is born in the next life, he is born in the material world, in the Prakata Lila of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada writes this. Okay, here I'll show the quote. Look at this. After giving up the body, the devotee who becomes perfect in devotional service enters that particular universe where Lord Ramachandra or Lord Krishna is engaged in his pastimes. Then, after being trained to serve the Lord in various capacities in that Prakata Lila, the devotee is finally promoted to Sanatan Dham, the supreme abode in the spiritual world. So that is called Vastu at the end, correct? Vastu Gata. This Sanatan Dham is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Parastasma tu bhavanyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha. One who enters the transcendental pastime Lord is called Nitya Lila Pravishta. No, Nitya Lila Pravishta. He actually enters into pastimes of the Lord. So you see, this is what Prabhupada writes. There was another place where I heard or I read. The Prabhupada said, first we go to Chaitanya Lila, then to Krishna Lila, then to the spiritual. So you see, Prabhupada is writing all these things. This is in Bhagavatam 9th canto. Correct? Previous quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is what our Acharya says. This is what is happening. This is how the process goes. We are not going directly to Goloka, but we go to the place of Krishna Lilas. So once I asked Guru Maharaj, we were talking about this, I was showing this quote and asking what is this all about, how it goes, and this is like that. So Guru Maharaj said, yes, this is how it goes. First, devotee must be trained in association of other devotees and make his life perfect. So for us who are Gaudiya Vaishnava, definitely Chaitanya Lila is there, you know, because this is where you learn how to love Krishna. so I mean, what a blessing and success to be born in the Chaitanya Lilas. This is unimaginable. This is, as Danavar Maharaj said, unfathomable, unreachable, difficult to reach. So I said that then Guru Maharaj, the devotees who are attached to Prabhupada, his servants, do they first take birth in the place when Prabhupada is preaching now? Because we believe that Srila Prabhupada is now in some other universe, preaching, spreading the glories of the holy name, somewhere else, in some other universe. So Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikar Swami replied, this is our only desire, to go there where is Prabhupada. So this is very nice. This is how it works. No? So slowly get purified in association with devotees, they train us, and then when we are ripened, pakka devotees, then actually we by Krishna's blessing and devotees' blessings enter into Krishna Leelas. So this is the process. This is what we are chanting for. This is what we are serving for. We want to serve Krishna. Actually, we want to serve Krishna eternally in our eternal spiritual body. So this chanting does this. This chanting reveals the form of the Lord, reveals the Dham of the Lord, reveals our own spiritual form. And stage by stage, we come to our original constitutional position, back home, back to Godhead, to serve Krishna eternally there. Okay, so this to come to that level, many things are required. One must know Krishna's nature of Krishna's form, his transcendental position, his supreme position, nature of his pastimes, nature of his associates, nature of his dham. He must know what is Krishna in relation to demigods. He must know what is the soul relation to God. Sambandha Jnana must be very clear, our relationship. Abhideya must be clear. Prayojana must be clear. What is the goal? All these things must be very clear to the devotee. Therefore, constant hearing help us to shape us, to make us understand. So, okay. So, I'll show some more quotes in this regard. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that when person actually comes to that level of bhava, even in bhava, bhanadash, even in level of bhava, simply you say, which bestows Swarupa Siddhi, to disclose to others whatever one experience on the transcendental realm is futile, because the non-qualified audience is incapable of grasping the description. Now, you see, now here explanation is given that devotees who are on that level, they don't talk around, that I'm at this level, I'm at that level, and, we should discuss what is our Swarupa and all these things, This is premature for devotees who are on bhajana kriya level. No? Adashada, sangha, tad bhajana kriya, tad anartha nivritti. So even anartha nivritti, we are in the grinder, but did we cross anartha nivritti? Yeah, some devotees definitely did. They came on Nishtha and like that. And the Ruchi, Sakti, more rare, no? So what is the point of us at this stage to discuss about our Swarupa? It will be revealed. It will be revealed, no? Just like a small kids, small, 3 and 4 years old, discussing what type of mustaches they will wear. They will be manifested by discussion. They're going to push in, Yeah. So these topics, we don't discuss much, but we should know how it works, what is our philosophy. Okay, so look what Srila Prabhupada said when he was asked. Some devotees, they wanted to discuss this Swarupa, returning home back to God, natural form and this, that. So look at this. Devotee asks, Srila Prabhupada, when one returns to his Swarupa, his natural form, how does Prabhupada stop him? First of all, anartha nivritti. You are accustomed to so many bad habits. First of all, try to rectify it. Then talk of Swarupa. Where is your Swarupa? Simply wasting time. A man is diseased, he is thinking, when I shall be cured, I shall eat, go to this hotel, I shall eat like this. First of all, cure, then talk of eating and Swarupa. When you are cured, that is Swarupa. So this is the thing. When you are cured, that is Swarupa. You don't have to worry about it. It comes naturally. This is the thing. Just we stick to the process. Srila Prabhupada said another example that if the mango remains attached to the tree, from the small sour fruit, it becomes big and ripened. Just we have to be attached to the tree. What does it mean? Attached to Guru Parampara, the process of Shravana, Kirtana, Vishnu Smarana. This is what it means. Not that I'm simply I'm life member of ISKCON. Yeah, you will be life after life member of ISKCON, unless you chant and follow and surrender, unless with the well love of God. Okay, so Prabhupada continue. So long you are not cured, what is use of talking Swarupa? First business is cure yourself, anartha nivritti. That is anartha nivritti. Then Swarupa will come. That is the Babajis in Vrindavan. You have seen Siddha Pranali. So that time was that you go to Vrindavan and Babaji will come and tell, I'll tell you your Swarupa, and they will bewilder devotees like this. We had a Mataji, new first time coming to Vrindavan, then went to Govardhan Parikrama and met some Babaji. He said, come, I'll tell you your Swarupa. So she, just like that. Mercy of Vrindavan, mercy of Krishna. So he told her, you are Sneha Manjari, if I remember correctly name. All right. Then as she finished Parikrama, she went to Radhakund, met another Babaji, And he said, come, I'll tell you Swarupa. He said, I already got it. What is your Swarupa? Sneha Manjari. No, you are Priya Manjari. And then she came down Vrindavan completely confused. Who am I? Devotees told, just go on chanting, don't worry, it will all go away. So it's not like that. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada said. Just a second, let us finish this quote. So, Pradyumna, Siddha Pranali, Siddha Deha, means that they will tell you your spiritual form. They are smoking and having illicit sex with 1,000 women, Swarupa, rascal. This is called Sahaja, rascal, condemned. Where is your Swarupa? Don't talk unnecessarily. First of all, come to Swarupa, then talk of Swarupa. So this is Prabhupada's mood. Okay, this is what it is. It's not, you know. So now what we are discussing, we are trying to understand what is the process of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and what is actually our goal. We should know. We should not be cheated. We should not be bewildered. Vrindavan is very dangerous. Devotees go there and they become very much bewildered by all of this. Okay. So, so that is the, let me see a little bit like this. Where is that? Yeah, another time we were in Vrindavan doing Govardhan Parikrama. Few of us, 5, 6 devotees walking around. And as we walk around, one local Brajvasi joined us, and he saw all the foreign devotees and he asked that, you are coming from where? So we told him, and what is your name, like that. Then out of courtesy, we asked him, what is your name? And he said, actually, I'm such and such Manjari. And just like that. He had his kajal around the eyes, nicely painted, but he had dhoti, bald head, small shika, chanting, going around. So every day I go around, I'm such and such Manjari, and my friend is such and such Manjari, And we are, few foreign devotees, what? Manjaris, all right. So we came back to temple, and the temple president asked, so how was the parikrama? I said, great, just met 2 Manjaris on the way, Who? Not so cheap, not so easy, not so cheap. Because if you are there, you are not going to discuss. First of all, who is there to understand? Only person on such a level can understand. Second thing is, this is your treasure. You want to hide it. You don't want to lose it. You're not going to be puffed up because of that. It completely works opposite than material world. There is no way that person will speak about it if he is at that level. And person who are not on that level, they are speaking that way. There was a devotee, senior devotee in Vrindavan for many years living, and once there was some festival, and there were different speakers speaking. So on one moment, I don't know how this commotion happened, but it happened like that Matajis were complaining, we are not getting chance to speak, and one of them spoke very strongly, little aggressively, you may say. So, and then this devotee spoke, I Mataji, no, you are not allowing Mataji to speak and this, that. And he said in one moment, I'm more woman than you. In all that conversation, kind of, nobody noticed. What? And then the people who are a little bit clustered around him, he's senior devotee, so they kind of follow him. They say, he's telling them he's Swarupa already revealed. That is sign it is not, because you're not going to speak it on mic in front of everyone. So just little warning is given by Srila Prabhupada, a lot of warning. Another time somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, what is your spiritual, what is your business? That's not your business. You just dismissed him. There's no discussion. What benefit you will get from it? What is it? No discussion. And he was showing his face. He was not pleased with it. It's not that, we are a little bit with Prabhupada, we are little friends, we are a little comfortable, and we are alone in the room. So Prabhupada, what is your swarup? You're not going to ask this Prabhupada. It doesn't help us. It's simply something imagining, dreaming what we are going to do with it, All right. So this is one little section and we wanted to cover from that. So this is explanation of this. We can see Gokul from Goloka, which is eternal. This is a mystery. So the explanation is that yes, those who are on bhava level, they can see in Gokul, in Vrindavan, when they come, they can see Goloka. And those who are already attained perfection, when they go home back to Goloka, from Goloka, they can see Gokul down. Okay, this is really simplified explanation. Please don't mind. Okay, so we read, I think, the rest of the purport last time. Okay. What is the time? Okay. Okay, I think we'll just start shloka 3. Okay. I'll skip a little bit. Oh no, there is one more little discussion. Here, the idea of Goloka is seen to differ from Gokul till the success in unalloyed devotion is achieved. Okay, I'll just share with you a little bit of the. Okay, can you see this on the screen now? Okay, so we were hearing this, the last portion of the purport in the shloka 2. However, the idea of Goloka is seen to differ from Gokul till the success in unalloyed devotion is achieved. Okay, so they say the differences must be different. This is actually, we want to go home back to Goloka, that one, not this one. But actually, those who achieve perfection, they see there is no difference. Okay, this is important. The transcendental plane of infinite spiritual manifestation, having thousands of petals and corolla like those of the lotus, is Gokul, the eternal abode of Krishna. So basically, this shloka really mentions Gokul, okay, and has thousands of petals. Same is manifested just like Goloka. There is no difference, but there is some difference also. The difference is explained. I see. I have some quotes here. Let me read like this. Okay, let me show you some quotes. That from Vedas and Puranas, it is understood that whatever exists in material world exists as well eternally in spiritual world, but without any blemish. See, to understand the difference, we have to really understand what is the difference between spiritual and material world and real and existence, relationships, everything. The material world is but a reflection of spiritual world. In this world, everything is contaminated by touch of Maya, but in spiritual world, because Maya and the modes of nature do not exist, everything is faultless. Everything there is in the pure mode of goodness. So there are different quotes now, not to go through all of them. But here, when Vrindavan manifests, Gokul manifests within material world, there it is not material creation. It is not influenced by these material faults. Okay. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes in Sri Chaitanya Shiksha Padma Purana. He says like this, it is written that Narada asked his guru Sadashiva, "O Lord, I have heard everything that I wanted to know, but now I wish to hear about the supreme path of Bhav." Lord Shiva said, "O Narada, all of Krishna's servants, friends, mother and father, all his beloved gopis, possesses all good qualities. They are all eternal. Whatever pastimes of the spiritual world have been described in Puranas are also present eternally in Vrindavan on earth within the cycle of material time." So he quotes Padma Purana to show this. The same pastimes what are happening in Goloka are happening here in Vrindavan, in Gokul. So here there are some differences listed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and by Acharyas we collected from different commentaries. First, then in Goloka, there is no killing of the demons. In Goloka, in spiritual sky, no demon can enter. So that lila is there, but demon does not come. There is a rumor of a demon. There is a rumor that Arishtasura is coming, then Ukasura is coming, and that same fear, same feeling is there, and everybody thinks of Krishna and becomes saved by Krishna and takes shelter of Krishna, and it's over. That's it. So same thing is achieved simply by rumors. But here in the Gokul, in the Vrindavan, actually the Asuras are allowed in Krishna's Leela. So the difference is that even conditioned soul can go inside of the, is allowed by mercy of Krishna to get purified, to actually get purified. So this is one difference. Second thing is that in the Goloka, the gopis who are married in Krishna Leelas, actually there are no husbands. They have no husbands in Goloka. There is only one Purusha in spiritual world. That is Krishna in Goloka. And all others are Prakriti. So, okay, not that there are no male forms. Male forms are there, but they are all servants of God. But in Goloka, gopis have no husbands there. There are no husbands are actually living there with them. But they have consciousness. I have family, I have husband there. To create that mood of, to enhance Krishna's Leelas. Okay, Parikyabha, Swakyabha, all these things are described in the Shastras. So the again, just concept of the husbands are there. But in Gokul, husbands are there. Now these are also not ordinary living entities. These are all Krishna's expansions. These are all Nitya Siddhas. These are all special souls. Not to think that somebody space out, somehow or other married a gopi. It doesn't work like this. It does not work like this. These are very pure devotees. So there is a big thing, big misunderstanding can happen. But in Gokul, husbands are there. So these pastimes are even more enhanced because actually husband comes and they have to deal with, it's a more intense atmosphere. So the sweetness is even more, the feelings are even more manifested. Okay, in the Goloka, in the spiritual world, there is no Leela of Krishna's birth because Krishna is always there. So that Leela is only manifested in Gokul, within material realm. Means it is spiritual, but within showed in Prakata Leela. So this is again something special about Gokul compared to Goloka. The Krishna's birth Leela is there. Krishna leaving Vrindavan pastimes that Akrura takes into Mathura and Dwar, that's also not there in Goloka. And another difference is given in Shastra that Goloka is the supreme planet. When Lord Krishna expands into Narayana or Vaikuntha, the Goloka expands into Vaikuntha Loka. And Vaikuntha Loka is Aishwarya Dham, the abode of all opulence. Where does it coming from? From Goloka. So Goloka is even more opulent than Vaikuntha. So the thing is then in Aishwarya Dham, in Vaikuntha, everybody worships God in awe and reverence and using all these opulences in Lord service. Because he is the Vaikuntha Pati, he is the Lord of, he is Narayana, Lord of all living entities. He is to be worshipped with everything the best. But in Vrindavan, all opulence is there. Nobody, that is not preconditioned that we need this opulence to worship Krishna. Krishna prefers flower ornaments, he prefers flower garlands, he prefers the stone minerals to decorate his body compared to Vaikuntha Narayan where everything is in gold and silver and diamonds and, pearls and corals and, jewelry like that. So nobody bothers about the opulence of Goloka. It's more sweet pastimes. But now compared to Gokul, the Goloka cannot hide that majesty also. And Shastra says, Rupa Goswami quotes in the Lagu Bhagavatamrita, I'll share the quote, okay, that Goloka is majestic manifestation of Gokul, Vaibhava Prakash of Gokul. Now you see Brahma-saṁhitā says that Mahatpadam is Gokul. That's what Brahma-saṁhitā says. Mahatpadam is Gokul. Within material, that's the Mahatpadam, not that Goloka. There are no difference, but still, look at this. Goloka is majestic manifestation, Vaibhava Prakash of Gokul. It's same Vrindavan, but more majestic. That is Gokul. Which is essentially sweet in appearance and therefore greater in excellence. Gokul is sweet in appearance and greater in excellence. Why? As an instance of majesty, Vaibhava of Goloka, he cites Varaha Purana, which says that Kadamba trees of Goloka spread out majestically with their hundreds of branches, with which is just in keeping with Aishwarya opulence, while the Kadamba trees of Gokul are medium size, which is in kept with Madhurya sweetness. So he says, because of that naturally opulence of the Goloka, which cannot be hidden, the Gokul is even more sweeter. And because of all these small things, the bird pastimes are sweet, just child is born. That's the beauty of that sweet pastime, that demons are actually seen, husbands are seen, that all these implications and sweetnesses of relationships are more and more enhanced. So Brahma-saṁhitā, this is how it comments. Brahma-saṁhitā describes pastimes of Vrindavan as Nara-lila, men-like pastimes, but those of Goloka, Deva-lila, because everything is there really enhanced in different. So here another quote from Jiva Goswami, Gopala Champu. Goloka is majestic manifestation of Vrindavan. Again, same point, Vaibhava Prakash. He describes Vrindavan as the inner side, Antar Mandala of Goloka, and Goloka's outer side, Bahir Mandala of Vrindavan. Okay, that will deal in the few shlokas. We'll show the Goloka chart. We'll see in Goloka there are three divisions, Dwaraka, Mathura, and Gokul. So this is what it said, that Vrindavan is inner side, Antar Mandala of Goloka, and Goloka is outer side of the Vrindavan. Okay. And another point, I think this is from Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. This is important. He says like this, that those who wish to realize the sweetness of Radha Krishna, but practice Vaidhi Bhakti, by sadhana bhakti, cannot attain Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. Because in Vrindavan you can go only when you practice Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service. And they cannot attain Krishna in Dwaraka because they do not desire to do so. They want to worship Radha Krishna, but they are on sadhana platform. Therefore, they attain Radha Krishna in Goloka, the majestic manifestation of Vrindavan. That is Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So, these are little bit differences between Goloka and Gokul, and this is what our Acharya teaches. So much importance is given to Vrindavan, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vrindavan. This is our most important place. This Vrindavan, where we are going, is actually Gokul. This is the eternal abode of Krishna. And the sweetest in his appearance, the sweetest in his pastimes, this is the abode that we worship. So many shlokas are there, many quotes are there. Let me see what we can, how do we start the shloka 3? We didn't even start. Okay, let me see. Srila Prabhupada's quote, just one more quote from Srila Prabhupada, very important. Materialists consider Vrindavan Dham an unclean city because there are many monkeys and dogs there. And along the bank of Yamuna, there is refuse. Some times ago, a materialistic man asked me, why are you living in Vrindavan? Why have you selected such a dirty place to live after retiring? They asked Prabhupada. You asked the wrong person and you asked the right person to get the answer. Such a person cannot understand that this earthly Vrindavan Dham is always a representation of original Vrindavan Dham. Consequently, Vrindavan Dham is as worshipful as Lord Krishna. And Prabhupada immediately quote from Srinath Thakur, Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatana Stadhama Vrindavanam. We worship Krishna and his Dham equally. We worship Vrindavan. We worship the Dham. This absolute platform. There is no difference. So, according to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy, Lord Sri Krishna and his abode, Vrindavan, are equally worshipable. Sometimes materialistic people who have no spiritual understanding go to Vrindavan as tourists. One who goes to Vrindavan with such materialistic vision can never derive any spiritual benefit. Such a person is not convinced that Krishna and Vrindavan are identical. Since they are identical, Vrindavan is as worshipable as Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's vision, Mora Mana Vrindavana. Mora Mana means my mind is Vrindavan. That is Krishna consciousness. Is different from vision of an ordinary materialistic person. At the Ratha Yatra festival, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, absorbed in ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, dragged Lord Krishna back to Vrindavan Dham. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke of this in the verses begin Ahushate in Madhya Lila. Okay. So you can see another place Prabhupada said that even if materialistic person comes in Vrindavan, still he'll get benefit because he'll taking dust of Vrindavan, he will somehow, even sleeping in Vrindavan, Lord Garga Samhita says, even sleeping in Vrindavan, Lord takes as a, oh, this devotee is offering me pranam all night. Even eating anything in Vrindavan, Lord, even if people forget to offer, the Lord says, oh, definitely they cook for me. This is my abode. This is my home. This is my Vrindavan. So everything is prasadam. Eh? Don't misuse. Don't misuse. That should not be misunderstood. So, but that is mercy of the Dham. That is mercy of the place of Krishna's eternal pastimes. This is what it is. So this is for Gaudiya Vaishnava, this is so important. And Srila Prabhupada, therefore, first temples he opened in India, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Bombay, of course, for preaching, Delhi. Hyderabad came along because somebody given some land. But the focus was Vrindavan, Mayapur. These two were really the biggest project, the most important. Why? Srila Prabhupada said, they let devotees come, devotees from all over the world, let them come to the holy Dham. What are the five most important aspects of devotional service described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Please. Nama Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan, Sri Murti, speak. Shraddhaya Seva, Sadhu Sangha, and Mathuravas, correct? Residing in holy place. So Srila Prabhupada wanted to build in Vrindavan the American house where all guests will come, devotees will come and get benefit of the holy Dham. Here, another quote we'll share with you from Srila Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally renovated Vrindavan Dham and advised his chief disciples, Rupa and Sanatan, to develop it and open it to attract the spiritual vision of the general populace. Now we know that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan, nothing was there. It was lost. Temples were lost, deities were lost. And he was roaming around the Vraja and he found two small ponds. How much small? That hardly he could fit in it. They're so small, kundas in the middle of rice field. And he started jumping in ecstasy and saying, Radha Kund, Shama Kund. They were how much? 6, 8 feet, 10 feet maybe, That's all. Now you see they excavated by the Vaishnavas, by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, And the instruction he has given to Bhugarba Goswami, Lokana Goswami, Sikh Goswamis to rediscover and re-establish the worship of original deities which were installed by King Vajranabha, the great-grandson of Lord Krishna, 5,000 years ago. So they found Govindaji, they found Madan Mohan, Gopinathji, Lokana Goswami found Radha Vinodji, like that all the traditional Shyama Sundar was found. All the original temples were re-established and rebuilt by the disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu built back Vrindavan. He rediscovered Vrindavan to the world. And then now Vrindavan is flourishing mainly because of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada, you say, you should not say like this. But look, when ISKCON started doing something in Vrindavan, you can see now Vrindavan at that time. It actually developed so much. And now there are so many temples and so many things are happening, tourism and guest houses and all kinds of attractions. But actually the Srila Prabhupada played a major role in developing Vrindavan as it is. Whatever you call development, that is a different thing to discuss. But actually Srila Prabhupada wanted to do something. At present, there are about 5,000 temples in Vrindavan. And still our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, is constructing a huge, magnificent temple for the worship of Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, along with Radha Krishna and Guru Gauranga. Since there is no prominent Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan, we are attempting to construct one so that people will be attracted to Krishna Balaram or Nitai Gaurachandra. Rajendra Nandana ye Sachi Sutta Oilo se. Narottam Das Thakur says that Balaram and the son of Maharaj Nanda have advented themselves as Gaurnitai. To propagate this fundamental principle, we are establishing a Krishna Balaram temple to broadcast to the world that worship of Gaurnitai is the same as worship of Krishna Balaram. Although it is very difficult to enter into Radha Krishna pastimes, most of the devotees of Vrindavan are attracted to Radha Krishna Leela. However, since Nitya Gaurachandra are direct incarnation of Balaram and Krishna, we can be directly in touch with Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Those who are highly elevated in Krishna consciousness can enter into the pastimes of Radha Krishna through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is said, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahe Anya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is combination of Radha and Krishna. So Prabhupada goes on explaining this point, why this is important for as a mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared for this purpose, to bring all fallen conditioned souls back to Godhead. And of course, he has his primary reasons to relish the bhakti, the love that his devotees, that devotees of Krishna relish for Krishna. He came to experience that. But he came to spread the holy name to reclaim for fallen conditioned souls. So this Vrindavan, by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is discovered, and now we should give it to others. We should give it to everyone. So now this is, I just read, don't mind, but a little bit reading on this purpose. It's so important what Prabhupada said. Hear this. Sometimes materialists, forgetting the pastimes of Radha and Krishna Balaram, go to Vrindavan, accept the land's spiritual facilities, and engage in material activities. This is against the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Prakrita Sahajas proclaim themselves Vrajavasis or Dhamavasis, but they are mainly engaged in sense gratification. Thus, they become more and more implicated in materialistic way of life. Those who are pure devotees in Krishna consciousness condemn their activities. The eternal Vrajavasis, residents of Vrindavan means Vrajavas. The eternal Vrajavasis, like Swarup Damodar, did not even come to Vrindavan Dham. Shri Pundarika Vidyanidhi, Shri Haridas Thakur, Shivas Pandit, Shivananda Sen, Shri Ramananda Rai, Shri Shikhi Mahiti, Shri Madhavi Devi, and Shri Gadadhar Pandit Goswami never visited Vrindavan Dham. Because once you start talking about Vrindavan Dham, it's so glorious. So devotees say, that's it, buy the house in Vrindavan. Get apartment, somehow or other, shift there. No, it's good. But here the Prabhupada's mood, look at the mood and mission, look at it. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur points out that we have no authorized documents stating that these exalted personalities visited Vrindavan. Nonetheless, we find many non-devotees, Mayavad sannyasis, Prakrita Sahajas, fruity workers, mental speculators, many others with material motives going to Vrindavan to live. Many of these people go there to solve their economic problems by becoming beggars. That also we have seen. Although anyone living in Vrindavan somehow or other is benefited, okay? The real Vrindavan is appreciated only by pure devotee. So this is back to the point, this is called zero ground. No? We have to become devotees, pure devotees. We have to surrender. As stated in Brahma-saṁhitā, Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochana. When one has purified eyes, we can see that Śrī Vrindavan and the original Goloka Vrindavan planet in the spiritual sky are identical. So you see how Prabhupada presents same philosophical points of Jiva Goswami, of Vishwanath Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and look how he's presenting. Now hear this. Vishacharya khabe, shuddha habe mana. And when I shall be detached from this material enjoyment, my mind will be purified. My mind will be free from all contamination, material, dirty things. Kabe hama herabo Śrī Vrindavan. And at that time, it will be possible to see Vrindavan. So this is the message. And you can see the same philosophy in the Vaishnavacharya's books. Okay, so There are many other things, but let's do like this. Shloka number 3. So what do we do? We have 6 minutes left to start shloka number 3. So I'll not do that. I'll rather take some questions on this, and next time we'll start shloka number 3. Thank you very much for hearing, and let's see, do we have any questions? I know this came suddenly, so I don't know if people are ready with the questions. Do you have any questions, any comments, anything to remember? Hmm? Is it? Hare Krishna. Yes, one question is there. Please loud and clear.
We read in Bhagavad Gita, Antakalita Mameva.
Yes.
So, definitely, my understanding is that this is for Goloka Krishna.
Right. That is your understanding. Okay. So the question is like this. Anta kale chamameva smaran muktva kaleva. So in time of that, if we remember Krishna, we go back to Krishna. Correct? Actually, what the shloka says, do you know the full shloka? Mad bhava magata. You will attain my, what is that? My transcendental nature. Correct? So, what is the point? The point is like this. Anta kale chamaya smaran muktva kaleva. Yap prati samadvam. Yati nasti atra samshaya. Okay. Now, what is is this referred to Goloka in the spiritual or no? Point is like this, that all lecture we are trying to explain this, that there is no difference between Krishna's pastimes in Gokul or Goloka. And there is no, even more, Gokul is even more sweeter, considered by our Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, even most sweeter than even Goloka, due to the differences in the opulences and Madhurya and Aishwarya. There are differences there. And what does it matter? You go to Krishna Lila manifested within material world, as Prabhupada said. We quoted, no? First you go to Prakata Lila, manifested within material world, then you become more perfect in that, then you go to the spiritual world. This is what is explained. But Anta Kala Chamama, you're going to Krishna. It's the same Krishna. There's no difference. So nothing to worry. There's no, oh, I wanted to go there, now I'm going somewhere else. It's the same Krishna, it's the same Lila, it's the same spiritual body. There is no difference. There is no something else. There's nothing to worry. We are always, all life, we are frightened and feared of, I'm going to get something, I'm going to miss something. That fear is, how I'm going to get into college, into good job, get a good wife. Now I have to get a good place, good dham. Which one is better? Goloka, Gokul. This is what we are trying to explain, you know. So nothing happened, even if you stay in Salam Dham, if you surrender, there is no difference. So, I don't mind that. It's okay. No difference. There's no difference. Once you are with Krishna, you are with Krishna. You are not with Maya anymore. Okay. Okay, is there anything related to, okay. What is the qualification to attain Gokula? If after leaving the body one attains Prakata Lila and the supreme abode Goloka, how does one take birth in Gokula? That's the point. That's what Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said that if you are practicing, show me the questions, then close immediately. Right. So once devotee comes to the bhava level, he takes birth in the Prakata Lila, manifested pastimes of Krishna within material world. These manifested pastimes are same pastimes in Goloka called aprakrita, unmanifested, because we can't see them. So Krishna displays this pastimes. So when devotee on the bhav level dies and he next life takes birth in place where Krishna performed his pastime, whether Prabhupada said whether Lord Ramachandra or Krishna, depends whom you worship. And there you perfect your body. From bhava you travel, progress to the prema, and then when prema is fully manifested, you can go to Goloka. So it's as simple as that. I hope this is clear. Yes, there was a question.
When we heard the difference between Gokula and Goloka,
yes,
that in Gokula the demons were allowed by Krishna's mercy.
Yeah, for the pastime's sake, yeah. And to purify them.
So my question is just during Krishna's presence that is allowed the demons or to enter. I mean, like why I'm asking, because when I go there, I don't see the real Vrindavan. Now it's not manifesting for me.
Right.
So that means it's only when Krishna's presence he allows to even person who is not a devotee, they can see the Vrindavan.
Aha. Okay. Okay. So the question is that is a complicated question. Means how to repeat it for me. That when Krishna manifested his pastime in Gokul, within material realm, the demons were allowed to enter. So today we are going there. So what is our position? Is it what is the question?
I'm not really saying.
Yeah, we
like
are not
those
seeing.
demons
Yeah.
seeing the Vrindavan.
Yeah.
So that means Krishna is
Krishna allowed them. Yes.
And his presence or
yes.
Or
okay. The Acharyas explain like this: that Krishna Leelas in Vrindavan were manifested 5,000 years ago when Krishna was there. Now they are unmanifested to our eyes, but they are still going on. Leela is Nitya Leela, is still going on, and those who are pure they can see. So this is the point again, back to the point that those who are on Bhava level, they can actually even now see these Leelas in Vrindavan. When they go to Vrindavan, actually they can see the spiritual. Remember last time we were quoting from Prabodhananda Saraswati, who sees, oh, look at this majesty, beautiful Vrindavan. And actually he can see, even killing of demons he can see. He can see all the Leelas. He can actually see what is happening even now. So Vrindavan is always open to the pure devotees and is always close to others. But this is a valid point. When Krishna is there, some demons were allowed for the sake of Krishna Leelas, because killing of demons, this is Nitya Leela of the Lord also. So those were allowed to come. And if you see backgrounds of the demons, you will see so many things are there. Some are blessings, some are cursed, some are pious. There are so many different things. But that time, yes, Krishna actually allow this to actually see Vrindavan, you may say, without qualification, because now this is the point, this is the question, no, that we cannot see, but Krishna allowed these demons to see that time. Yes, for the sake of Leelas, he allowed, yeah. But Leelas are going on right now in Vrindavan, in front of our eyes. Why nowadays some Vrindavan Vasis are so materialistic, is eating non-veg or drinking and like that? Yeah, Prabhupada said that some materialistic people are there. they due to being covered by the modes, they see Vrindavan materialistically differently for their sense enjoyment. Another place, Srila Prabhupada said that those who commit offenses in Vrindavan Dham will be born as a dogs and pigs and monkeys in next life, and then when they to suffer reaction for their offenses, and then when they die as a pigs or dogs or what I said, pigs, dogs, and monkeys. If they die in Vrindavan because of constant touch with Vrindavan dust, they'll go home back to Godhead. They'll be free from offense. Or some Vaishnavas commit offense in the holy dham, he has to take another birth and suffer there as an animal. So that is also there. So yeah, there are some materialistic people in Vrindavan. Who is Brajvasi? Yeah? We were harassed by some Brajvasis on Brahmanda Ghat. When we were taking bath, they came to collect donation. And we gave some donation, the whole group came. And they were really showing more enthusiasm for more donations. So, and then we gave a little more, then again more, and it went on extreme a little bit, We Brajvasi, give donation to Brajvasi. And the fellow was just smoking, just 1 minute before smoking, threw the cigarette, said, Brajvasi. So he was harassing us. So one devotee said, what kind of Brajvasi you have? What kind of Brajvasi are you? And he replied, Brajvasi to Brajvasi hai. So they take it just as a birth, I'm Brajvasi, I'm resident of Vrindavan. But Srila Prabhupada just quoted here, if you remember, that the Swarup Damodar, Shivananda Sen, Gadadhar Pandit, these are Brajvasis. Mara Vrindavan. My mind is in Vrindavan. My heart is Vrindavan. Consciousness is pure. This is Brajvasi. Prabhupada is Brajvasi. He is Brajvasi. He is always in Vrindavan. Even when he went to the West, they asked him, are you missing Vrindavan? And he said, I'm always in Vrindavan. So that is pure devotee. So really, when we say Vrajavasi, we think our Guru Parampara. These are all Vrajavasis, as you will see in next few shlokas. Who are our Guru Parampara? All Vrajavasis, all residents of Vrindavan. Not these, people. Okay. How should we greet in Vrindavan? Radhe Radhe or Hare Krishna? Well, Prabhupada would reply Hare Krishna, so we say Hare Krishna. Hare is Radharani's name, there is nothing wrong. So we say Radha and Krishna, means Hare Krishna means Radha Krishna. And they call Radha Radha. So Prabhupada said, yes, in Vrindavan everybody is conscious of Radharani's mercy, seeking her mercy and blessings, and always they call Radha Radha, which is very nice. But whenever they address Prabhupada, Prabhupada will reply Hare Krishna. So we also say Hare Krishna. Because by Prabhupada's mercy, by pleasing Prabhupada, by following into his footsteps, we can actually get the blessing of Vrindavan. We can actually enter into Vrindavan, get the blessings of Radharani. Okay? What does it mean when Prabhupada says that we can go back to Godhead in this lifetime after leaving this body? As you mentioned, after getting Swarupa Siddhi, we have to go in training under devotees, one of the material worlds. Could some fall down from training on? You see, what is the point? Again, same point. No? People say, but Prabhupada is still going home back to Godhead. If we are so advanced to take birth in Prakata Lila of Krishna somewhere else within material world, it is not material world. You are right in spiritual world with Krishna in Prakata Lila. It doesn't kind of people are afraid. Oh, I have to take again in material world. Please bless me. I will go. You don't go. I'll go. I would like to take, but it's a misunderstanding. Oh, again we have material. Oh, under devotees we have to get training. I think the person who asked question is frightened by temple commander or temple president. Oh, under devotees we have to get training. Oh, you are going there with the gopis, with the gopas. You are going there with Chaitanya Lila, with all the advanced devotees, and enjoy, relish, sing your heart in kirtan with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's not good enough, is it? That's the spiritual world. That's what we are discussing. There is no difference, Goloka and Gokul. Come on, people, be reasonable. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there are some questions, but they're really not related to the class. So I will skip. a little bit questions like this. And thank you very much for attending this program. Next time, Krishna willing, we'll be discussing shloka number 3. And we'll be discussing all kinds of different topics, studying Brahma-saṁhitā for self-purification and to get the blessings of Lord Brahma, who attained perfection, as you can see, who actually seen spiritual world. The Brahma-saṁhitā is that revelation of Brahma after practicing his bhakti, that actually Lord revealed himself and he could see spiritual world, he could see Goloka, he could see Gokul, he could see there is no difference. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare.